in the third round, waiting for the fourth?
No, I wasn't laying around in the third. Archie Moore is a great fighter. And he did the best he could, as I had predicted. He must fall in four.
Indeed.
And if you have witnessed it, you seen he done fell in four. Now I want Sonny Liston, and he must fall in eight.
Cassius Clay, ladies and gentlemen. He had predicted it, and we made a big thing out of this throughout the build-up to the fight. That Cassius was not fooling, for earlier this year at Bouts in Los Angeles, he had predicted that George Logan would fall in four. He did fall in four. He predicted this summer that Alejandro Lavarrete would fall in five. And tonight, that Archie Moore would fall in four. Indeed, he did. All right, right now, we're going to run the knockout. See if we can get Cassius. Show the last round on national television. We want you to describe it for us, if you would. This is the fourth and final round. Here comes Archie out of the corner. Did you notice he stood between the third and fourth rounds?
Well, yes, I did notice that. There's nothing surprising about it, because you got to give it to Archie Moore. A man who stuck with me like that for 4 rounds is awful good, because there's not too many young fighters today to stay that long with me.
Cassius, now watch for it. Would you point out the first punch you really hurt him with there?
Well, it was a series of left hooks. I really couldn't tell you. All I was concentrating on was round 4. Because if I should lose or don't back up my prediction, I'll have to leave the country because I talk too much. And as you see, Archie Moore's tired. I said this would be my easiest fight. The critics and the boxing experts call me crazy, but no one knows boxing better than I do. I've had 15 professional fights and predicted 11 of them a knockout. This makes the 12th one, and that's not luck. That's know-how and natural skill. Archie's a great fighter. He's my idol, as a matter of fact, and I told my trainer I hated to fight Archie.
That was the first knockdown.
Yes, it was. And I was surprised to see him get up, because I was hitting hard and regular. And now I'm ready for Sonny Liston. I'm going to be the youngest heavyweight champion in history.
Cassius, that was sort of a glancing blow off the glove, the last knockdown, was it not?
No, that was you can't tell because you didn't feel it. But that was, all those punches were hard. I trained awful hard for this fight, and this is my big opportunity. So that's one reason I say I'm the greatest. I don't only tell you I'm going to win, I call around. And the sport arenas will sell out tonight, and there's 18,000 people here to bear witness that I talk the truth.
Cassius, thank you very much. Congratulations. Well, indeed he did. Cassius Clay, and he talked nonstop there for about 3 minutes after the fight. I think he loves to talk more than he loves to fight. Now Jim Healy saying good night from the Los Angeles Sports Arena. From the Los Angeles Sports Arena, Smith Reiner Productions have presented the 12-round World's Heavyweight Title Elimination bout promoted by the Olympic Boxing Club, Cali promoter George Manassas Matchmaker. This theater telecast has been produced by Paramount Television Productions. Cassius Clay, the winner, a knockout, 3 knockdown knockout, 1 minute 35 seconds of the 4th round tonight. Jim Healy, good night from Los Angeles, a production of the Paramount Television Productions.
This Archie Moore with Cassius Clay was the theory that he was beating his trainer. But the thing was that Muhammad had 16 fights, Archie Moore like had 213 fights. And the age of the old mongoose was always a secret. I think he was in his 40s, middle 40s, maybe late 40s. But nobody ever knew how old Archie Moore was. But the speed and the steadiness really took its toll on Archie. I think the people were impressed with it because they figured, kid with 16 fights, how could he overcome all that experience?
And again, Clay celebrates. He
He's having trouble getting to his feet. He's up. Clay ready to come in and finish the show. A left again. Wild left hooks, and he's down. Down for a third time. The former light heavyweight champion.
Clay is 16-0 when he wins in the fourth, just as he predicted. By now, the 20-year-old has his gaze firmly on heavyweight champion Sonny Liston. The fact that he still has to face Doug Jones seems only a formality. Jones is condemned to fall in 6.
Well, my resolutions are to become the youngest heavyweight champion in history. That's nothing new to my fans. They all know that I will be the next heavyweight champion. I will be 21 January the 17th. And I predict that by the end of 1963, I will be the youngest heavyweight champion in history. And the only reason I won't be is because this fella, Sonny Liston, would be ducking and dodging me. I have fulfilled all of my prophecies. I'm up to date in all of my predictions. My train is running on schedule. So the only thing that would hold me back would be Sonny Liston. And I believe he's afraid of me.
Cassius, during the past few weeks, you've been centering your interest around these squabbles you've been having with Sonny Liston down here. You've got to fight Doug Jones. Don't you think it's about time you started concentrating on this boy? He's a pretty good fighter.
No, I'm not concentrating on Doug Jones. He's nothing but a bum. Sonny Liston is the man I want. I'm not thinking about Doug Jones. Jones would fall in 6, and I might cut it to 3.
You know, if this boy upsets you, you've had it as far
If
as
Jones upset me, I will retire. If Jones upset me, I'll quit fighting.
Cassius, they have a newspaper strike in New York, and with that strike, your big mouth isn't going to amount to very much up there in New York.
And yes, you are right. They do have a newspaper strike in New York, and I'm making an appointment with President Kennedy to go talk to him and to see if he can't do something about it, because there's a lot of people who want to read about me and see my picture, and it's really embarrassing for me to go into a city